I think this is episode 6 now. Back at it solo here. Um, we left off. We were on the hillside here, and that's where we're picking back up today. Cutting some more trees, trying to make it to the top of the hill here. I'm not quite sure what my actual goal is. As after I get to the top here, I don't know. Let's see here. Let's try to pull up the map. Looking at the map here, we're not any closer to any road, so we pretty much still have to run down to the bottom to haul the wood back to the mill. Maybe the goal that I can set for myself is to get to the top of the hill here at least, and then maybe make a nice gravel roadway into the top of the hill, and then do the same thing, continue it around, just because there's not an actual loop around this mountain. We got a loop around the backside, or I should say it comes up the center of the mountain and runs around the back, but there's nothing, it's not really a loop to get from here. You kind of have to truck down this windy road if you want to do any cutting up here to get to the mill. So we'll keep cutting here. I don't even know where I am now. Yeah, there we go. I painted this line here when I first started just to give me direction as to where I was going, but there was no real rhyme or reason for it as to where I was painting. I just was kind of following the that's not the map again. I was kind of staying in this brown zone here because that seemed to be where the trees are the thickest and we can get the most logs. Probably once we get cut here in a ways, we'll switch back to the forwarder and start hauling some of these trees back down to the bottom of the hill. The last episode, Colin, he did move the landing in a ways. We never graveled the road though, so and when I say graveled the road, I just mean painted the ground and made it gravel. It's all still the mud from the mulcher that he ran through there. Fuck. Sometimes it's a little difficult. Getting the trees to drop exactly where you want them, and I get a little carried away and feed the next tree through like I just did there, and bump the other one away, so it ruins my nice neat pile. I made a video talking about why I use mods for logging here, not the base game equipment, and it seems to be doing fairly well as far as my new channel is concerned. But I did get a comment talking about the guy was saying that some of the base game grapples are good and some of them are bad. And I did notice that when I was making my video. I don't think it was a point that I had made that some of the base grapples were okay. But it got me thinking that maybe I should try some of the other base game equipment, like the Ponzi forwarder. Maybe give that a try. It was in my video, but just for detailing purposes. But the other thing too is I'd be interested to try the actual log truck that they have in the game, because none of the there's not a modded log truck that's got a log loader on it. They're all just just trailers. So then you have to have a separate piece of equipment to load these log trucks from your landing. And I would like to see a modded version that had a log loader built onto it. I was thinking about doing a video also, just detailing the differences between the modded harvester and the base game ones, because I don't have much of a problem with the base game harvesters. They seem to work fairly well. They're not like this one where you can control the rollers separately. If you're wondering why the rollers aren't pinching down, it's because I can control those. You can also cut the tree. I can run the saw manually if I wanted. It messes up the auto cut, so I can roll the tree manually, tip the head. There's a lot of different things you can do with this modded one that they can't. But see, now the nice thing about the modded one, I should say, is that it still operates like a base game machine. So you can set a log length, and it'll automatically feed it out to that length, just like a real one would. Top of that tree must be jammed into the ground. So it'll feed it out like the base game would, or one in real life, and cut it to your length or whatever. Or you can play around and manually feed it. I'm not so good at the manual feeding. I haven't quite figured it out, but it is an option. There's also a modded fella buncher, and I played around with that a little bit. But again, the base game one is not horrible. The base game fella buncher, it's a wheeled fella buncher, but it works pretty well. The modded one is a tracked version, so. I was thinking though that we might end up, this might just become a solo map for me here, and we're gonna switch over to a different map for multiplayer, just because when we were playing multiplayer, Curtis and Colin were having a lot of trouble with lag, and we have a server that we play on, but we decided against playing on the server for recording videos, just because sometimes you lag on the server too, and for the camera it'd be better if it wasn't constantly lagging. Now we have played on the server, like I said, and the lag is not too bad. It's manageable, and it's just not any fun when everybody that's playing with you is lagging and they can't do anything because the game's all messed up. I got a couple, I don't know about a couple, but at least one of the comments I got was from another person who makes YouTube videos about logging and farming simulator, but they don't actually make videos about, or I should say, let's play videos. They don't make let's play videos. They just make a time lapse with music over it, and there's text. They describe what they're doing. They put words up on the screen to tell you what they're doing. But they're really good at the game, I would say. Seem to be pretty good at operating the equipment, but there's not any like let's play aspect to it. And maybe it's because nobody cares, nobody wants to watch the let's plays, but I think it's more fun, in my opinion. Just bump that tree. Having trouble getting up this hill. That's one issue with the with this modded harvester. I'll see if I can replicate it. So the saw is in the processor head here. I can run it out, and I just bumped it. Bumped the tree with the head. Yeah, see, I can't. Something must have happened that the head must have clipped through the tree somehow. Because I can, and then when the saw hit it, which I'll just get the head kind of positioned here, when the saw runs through it, cuts it right off. Wonder if I can knock down some of these stumps like that. I was going to go through with a chainsaw in a second here, or once I get ready to run the forwarder up and take down some of these stumps, because they're kind of tough to deal with, but it's kind of funny. Yeah, I'll have to go through with a chainsaw and just knock some of those down, make it a little easier to get through once I get up to the top here. I mean, I'm pretty close. It just seems like it just keeps just a little bit less of a slope, keeps getting a little bit more gradual. I thought about swapping out my processor machine here for one that had a leveling cab. But I didn't. It's okay, though. It's not that bad. Forgot I had to fix this tree here. I did notice when I was playing last time that it did seem to be a little bit more difficult to run the forwarder on the slope here. Whoa. Forgot there was a tree right there. It didn't seem to want to, the grapple didn't seem to want to lay down on the ground properly. Something's bugging out. Whoops. Yeah, see. Going a little too quick. Once I get a little bit better at the game here, I'd like to start a little bit more from scratch. Start with some different equipment, work my way up. They're supposed to be coming out with a FDR, I believe, is coming out with a cable skidder. It would be kind of neat to start off with a cable skidder and a chainsaw, and then you could work your way up to a more of a cut to length operation. It'd take me a few trips up and down with the forwarder, I think, to get all this stuff picked up. One of the comments I got in the video whenever I was talking about the forwarder problems, one of the guys had mentioned that the log physics in this game is messed up compared to Farming Simulator 2022, where the logs, they don't roll, they just slide, and that is generally true, except for one thing I forgot to mention in that video was that the logs on this map have been modified a little bit. The map maker adjusted the weight values of the logs to try to get them to roll a little bit nicer, and I believe it makes them a little bit more slippery than some of the other maps. But it seems like doesn't matter what map I play on, all modern maps have different log physics. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. But they are messed up for sure. Almost to the top. I don't know why this keeps getting hung up. I'm assuming it's getting hung up on stumps. It wasn't driving there for a minute. I don't know why it does that, but drop that one on the machine. Know what it's all jammed up on, but we'll call that good for now. Been going at this for almost 20 minutes, I think, so. Oops. Just about to the top. I don't know if I have, oh, I do have a chainsaw, okay. Okay, well. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard for me to judge whether or not I should pause, stop recording, and skip to the next thing that I would find interesting. But at the same time, I feel like this is something that's not really it's not showed on YouTube, and probably for good reason because it's not interesting. But my idea for this video is to have the least amount of work for me possible, and although that sounds kind of lazy, it's you know, you don't want to make it a pain to make a video. If I'm gonna sit down here and play the game, I'll record it and see if anybody's interested in watching it, but I'm not gonna create a bunch of work for myself and make it not fun, I guess. Because not fun to play the game, because after I play the game, I have to go through and edit a big long video. My brothers and I, we do a podcast, and I guess you would say that I produce it. I sit behind the computer and run the cameras, and I mean, I'm also a personality on the podcast, but I have it set up in a way that just makes it easy. We live stream it. You can look it up, the Kinville Show. We live stream it and leave the live streams up for people to rewatch or whatever. And I just have it set up to do it so that it's as easy as possible for me. I don't have to go through and edit a bunch of spots where we talked about something that we didn't want to or whatever. It's just live, and I can switch the cameras easy, and it is what it is. You don't have to go through a bunch of work, in my opinion, to make something entertaining. Sometimes if you go through the work, it does make it more entertaining. But if something is entertaining, it's good enough, if that makes any sense. Like going the extra mile, especially at first where you're not, like, you don't have a bunch of subscribers. It just doesn't make sense, in my opinion. In the last episode here, though, this wood was all thrown up on the side of this hill, and it just kept sliding down. So before I started recording here, I adjusted this to I flattened out the ground and made it so that the wood sat flat there and it won't slide out. Cleaned up the pile a little bit. It really bugs me the way this machine operates. I watched some videos of people actually driving them around, and it's pretty much how they do it. There's just the booms way up in the air, and that's what drives me insane. Though, is I just was turning the cab because I couldn't see where I was going, but then I let off and the cab spun way away. If that makes any sense. Probably not, because I'm just rambling to myself. It's actually kind of fun. I didn't think I would like it, but it's actually I would say it's like an exercise for me to sit down here and see if I can just talk and keep thoughts going for an hour-long episode or 45 minutes or whatever it turns out to be. Can't believe that log just flipped up flipped up like that. It's kind of annoying. One nice thing about working on the hill here is once the logs are dropped in, they all slide right to the front. Because Farming Simulator is broken and they don't care. Some people think that there's going to be, or a couple of the comments I got mentioned maybe patching the game to fix the logs, and I don't know that they would do something like that, and maybe they would, but this is like I don't know if you'd say a big portion of the game, but it's definitely a portion because there's a lot of logging equipment. You'd think that before they release the game, they would have fixed these problems with the logs. It's just they don't care. And then people go through and make mods for the game, and if they went through and changed the log physics again, it's got a possibility of breaking all the mods that people have already made. And oops. And I don't know that people that play the game would like that either. Definitely makes it a little bit more tough. The grapple is like always tipped on an angle, and it doesn't want to go flat on the ground to scoop. There we go. Scoop underneath the logs. I'm gonna have to start cutting 7-meter logs, I guess, because that's annoying too. The fact that they are getting stuck in the back. That was nice. One interesting thing about working on the hill here is I generally try to grab it a little bit off center, grab the logs, so that way I can stick the end that's like, so I grab it off center here. I can stick the part that's hanging down a little lower. I can spin it so I can stick it against the headboard. I generally don't grab them that far off center to have them tip, but because I'm on such a slope here, if I don't, the logs don't really hang down far enough. The machine's already tipped so much that you really have to have the logs to be tipped to let's see, I got it in the center here, and the logs are level, but they look like they're tipped up because the machine is so far tipped. Let's see. This little top to the tree there. Now it's funny to think about. This seems like it takes roughly an hour of playing to cut a forwarder load of logs here, and then use the forwarder to haul them out of the woods. I wonder what that actually takes. How long it takes for somebody in real life to do. Like, obviously, most of the time, if you have a forwarder and a harvester, you have two guys. One guy is cutting all the time, and one guy is hauling all the time. But what does it actually take them to get a load of logs out of the woods? I'm just doing it for fun in a video game, and people do it for a living. Granted, it wouldn't. I might have talked about it already, but it wouldn't be as fun to do it for a living, because when I accidentally drop a tree on the machine, that obviously creates a little bit of a problem for you. Doesn't matter for me. The tree just bounces off, but it could cost you some serious money dropping a tree on a machine. Plus, your own safety. I don't know how that tree got under my tire. Look at them just rocket towards the headboard. In the newer version of this forwarder, whenever FDR releases the new version, he just made a video. He said he extended the headboard up a little higher so that way you can haul a little bit more wood with it. Thought I could grab all three there, but I guess I can't. That's just the top. We don't care about that. Or when you do it like I just did there, and you drive the grapple into the ground or something, it's also gonna cause you a little bit of a problem. Whoops. I'll probably call this grapple load here good enough, just because I don't want to go to drop a tree on and have it slide over and lock those up. I don't trust the game, but I didn't want to have one slide over and cause a problem for me. Just a headache to deal with. The machine, though, is just rocketing down this hill. Maybe I'll go after I get these unloaded. I'll get a get the base game log truck, the one that's got the actual log loader on it, and give it a try as far as loading up logs with it. It's like I said, it's not that's the only one that I've seen. I haven't seen any modded versions, and even if it was a modded version, who knows if it works properly. So it's possible they did some work to it in a more recent update. Kind of doubt it though. Colin moved the I think I mentioned that already. He moved the landing in here a little ways. It's a bad habit I have, just trying to grab as many logs as possible and not a safe amount. A safe amount being getting enough so that they don't fall out of the grapple. I just had an idea for a different way to structure videos too. It seems like well, I guess I haven't made videos here on this game long enough to really know, or seen anybody else that makes videos on this game to know either. But it seems like maybe a 10-minute video would be better than an hour-long one. So if I just made a video about unloading this forwarder, just showed me unload it here, or just made a video me loading it up, or 10 minutes of cutting trees, maybe those would be something people would watch. Does take quite a bit of practice to be able to make the pile here somewhat nice. I'll probably take the skidder we have over here and try to straighten that up. A couple of those grapple loads I dropped a little too close to the forwarder. I suppose I could take that log loader over and do it too, but yeah, probably pause for a second here, and I'll go buy the. Oops, I don't want to go to tractors. This is the one I was thinking of here. Oh, I don't have any money for it. This is a truck here that I was thinking of. You see, it's got a grapple built onto it, and then you can get a trailer to match it. Well, I didn't really want to add any money to this to cheat like that, so maybe we'll wait. I'll mess with our rat on a different map, and I can determine if it's any good or not. I would like to get some of these logs here loaded up, though. I don't know if this truck will be able to get out with all this mud here, but we'll give it a try. That's probably a decent spot. It takes a lot longer to do this when you're only one person, but at least everybody watching the video gets to see what's going on and stuff isn't happening. It's actually a little too close, but that's unfortunate that the collisions are right there. Let me just pull the truck ahead a little bit. I talked about it before, but it's funny how same thing happens to me when I'm doing something on a piece of equipment in real life. I get hyper focused on looking at one area. Like just then I was looking at the headboard to make sure I wasn't going to or I was trying to get the logs into the headboard, but I wasn't paying attention at all as to where the grapple was. This game makes it extra difficult because it's tough to really see, or you're not moving your head like you would in real life. Like obviously I have to move a control to get the camera to move over, and you wouldn't have to do that in real life. You could just turn your head, and that's why I was talking about VR being a cool alternative. I did get a comment about somebody having a Valve indexed, I believe, is what they had, and it's just a VR headset for PC. But I haven't seen any like VR mods for this game. Like, you wouldn't think it would be that big of a deal. You just kind of map it so when you move your head, the camera moves. But I haven't seen anything of the sort yet. Get a little bit more on the front there. Then we'll switch over to the back. This might be too much, but just the right amount. Thought it was going to be too much. I wish I could see where the tracks were when I was in this thing. I have no way of really knowing which direction I'm gonna go when I press the drive button. See if I can get these logs that are not in line here. Try to do something cool, but it doesn't work. I got one. See there again. I was looking at trying to look at the headboard. I jammed the grapple down into the logs. Well, I did pretty good, I feel like, talking for the first 20 minutes or so. Seems to have gotten a little quiet here towards the end, but dang it. Definitely using a little bit more of my concentration here. Probably kind of stupid to say. Maybe that's why some of the other people don't do it, because they're concentrating on what they're doing. That's why they don't make talking videos, but I'm not a very good talker anyway, so it's no surprise to me that I can't do both. I like to think that when I'm down here playing by myself, making a YouTube video in my head, that there's never a time where I'm not talking. But I bet you there is. I sit here and just focus on what I'm doing. One interesting thing I've noticed with YouTube, and could be just my channel here, but it seems like the newest video I post doesn't get... See, look at that. That's what I was trying to do. Everything's butted up nice. Pencil it. So, YouTube, it seems like, at least my account, the newest video I get doesn't get any views, but after I upload it, the next most recent video gets a ton of views. So like, if I this will be episode 5 I upload, episode 4 will start getting views, where it hasn't gotten hardly any. And it could be just because it's been up, it'll be up for a couple more days or whatever. But I feel like if it's going to get views, it should just start getting views. YouTube's got a weird algorithm, to say the least. Couple more. We'll throw a couple more on the back there. Course. I say I'm gonna get a couple more, and then I get this straggler. Not too bad looking. Oh yeah, I'm just buried here. Oh, you know what I did? Little trick I've done in the past when I was buried. It's kind of tough to get out of something like this when you're one person. And you can see my truck there had a winch on it, but there's no place to attach it. Like, I can't just attach it to any tractor. You'd think you could just attach it to the back of the forwarder here, but you can't do that either. So what I did was I grab some logs here. Throw them in the back. Strap them down. I actually don't even know how he got that logged. He must have drove the truck out here before he mulched the road up. Let's see. I don't know why it's... Oh, there we go. Oh, no. There we go. Now... In theory, this would work. This would work great, but the winch has it's like a bungee, has some stretch to it. But there we go. It's coming now. Trying to get a camera angle here where I can watch what's going on. Now, if you were two people, somebody could be in that log truck and be driving, and it probably wouldn't stretch the winch quite so much here. This is where it's going to be a problem for me going around these corners. And keeping the... keeping the truck from driving into the trees. Oh, something happened here. Huh. Yeah, see. I shouldn't have done that. Now the truck is buried in the woods here. But we're going downhill here now, so the truck's got a little bit of traction. Maybe I can gain some speed here and we can just get through this mud. Definitely tough because the logs are fairly heavy. I'm going to try to stay over here where it's not muddy all the way up this little hill. Look at that. Yep, we made it out. I think I'm going to gravel that road in and at least make it so that I can get out there without too much trouble. I don't think I've sold a load of logs here on video, so do that real quick here, and then we'll call it an episode. One log truck load and one video. Then maybe we'll have enough money to buy the other log truck that I want to try. Whoa. Trying to do something cool here. Show a different camera angle while I'm driving, but it's not working. So, I I was complaining about these base game machines here, but we're gonna give this a try here. The this unloader here, I guess. I'm not sure what you'd call this machine, but I believe it is for unloading trucks like this. One load, I hope. One grab. Maybe more than one. Quite get it in one. Whoa, that works good. Have to move this, I guess. See if I can get back up. I'll try to grab less next time. Now you can see base game stuff. This is, I don't know, I have mixed feelings on this machine. It's not working the way it's supposed to, but it does make it usable. Except for like that. See if I'll grab less with this one, so hopefully I don't flip over. I could just pull the truck up and sell it, but I thought it might be fun to try this out here. It's crazy how much of a reach it has. That's why I'm flipping over, but at the same time, I don't have that many logs in it. The grapple's barely even full. And I'm flipping over. Oh. Could have got that, but I just pushed it too close. It's the only game like it. Okay. Let's see. Shut that thing down. Sell these. Probably get another 50,000. 49. 257. Close enough. Well, this video dragged on a little longer than I wanted it to. I just wanted to do some gameplay here, and it ended up things took a little bit longer than I had anticipated, but it all worked out in the end. It was we did a little bit of everything here, and I guess maybe next video will be another continuation of this Let's Play, or I'll can't remember. Oh, I said I was going to upload some quick, I say quick, not shorts, but 10-minute videos. So maybe I'll try that next. But if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it, and I hope you you subscribe and you want to see some more videos. So with that being said, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching.